This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25.
Hello everybody, Lightbulb here, and Test Tube are back. We are ready for our next game. And next one is our big moment. You're about to be seeing the Battle of Ontario. It's between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Ottawa Senators as they're now playing at Canadian Tire Century here in Ottawa, right, the next location in Ontario. The biggest of all the matchup you're about to be witnessing with one of our two biggest of the games. You're never gonna know who they match up. Brady Tkachuk and, of course, Austin Matthews. And now as we're about to be seeing things, both teams are tied for the series for one. But the next part of it, will they ever get the lead off to get a 2-1 series? Let's find out and see what gets in. For my next commentators of the crew, I have one of our take team, and back with us in Canada is Tyler Beast. He's also along with the other commentators as well, with another take in. This time, Spoony is back with us, and the third commentator of the crew with our special guest. I give a warm welcome, is our big takes in. All you know for is Silver Spoon. And as for our center ice, I give an appreciation to give the good star often. And welcome back is Jay. We're going to be seeing what's going on, and we'll find out what goes on. Now, let's prepare yourself for our next game. Battle of Ontario. Leafs, Sens, next on EA Sports. See you later, everybody, for the post-game show after this. It's Game 3 in Ottawa. Hi, everybody. Tyler Beast, and I'm here, my broadcast partner with Wood Spooning and Silver Spoon. The Battle of Ontario continues in Game 3. Both teams even. Let's see who takes the lead in Game number 3. All feel ready to go. As they start things off from here, we have is Christopher Tanev. He's right toward Wayne, gives the pass over to Matthews. Matthews pass now finds it over to McCabe. Looks to Matthews. Matthews shots, blocked a shot here for the Senators. And now the rebound by Zug. The rebound by Matthews. He sets to McCabe and he gives it over. Tanev broken the stick here, and this one rebounds by Garou. Garou right toward Wayne, and will find a Highmore. Highmore shot, he scores! There will be the first goal for the Senators. Highmore gets his second playoff goal. Sometimes you just don't make the cut. And you get Highmore with a good effort, but Highmore's missing the ball. Got Hoskin, and you can see that Garou was giving a big run. This Senator finds the Highmore. Donald is really right into it. The second playoff goal, that's a great shot. Senators able to start the first goal here with only 19:26 remaining. But definitely tell them that they really got the first goal. Really see that going in there. That's Highmore's second goal in the playoffs, and he just had his first goal here in game number 3. I was not sure if this would be a surprising afterward to give that one a good affair. As our now starting goaltender is Linus Ullmark with 19:11 remaining in the first period. Now they'll be ready to take the reinforcement and do for our next face-off. And the win will be the Ottawa Senators. Zuck takes it over, and that one goes down. The rebound fights it out, covered up by Ullmark. And with only 19:03 remaining in the first period, they'll hold things up and get ready for next puck drop. Now the teams are ready to get this thing settled in. Ottawa Senators starts off with a 1-0 lead over to Toronto. Now the win here, here's a fire shot, stayed beat by Ullmark. And rebounded by Jensen. He has it over to Bakerson. Bakerson lost that one, and it's rebounded by Nylander, and he gives it over to Tavares. Tavares, and it will roll offside here in the first period. With only 18:47 in the first period. Now they get ready for a next puck drop. It is still a 1-0 game here in Ottawa. Puck leaves his zone. And it's now just the Wall. He's the starting goaltender for the Toronto Maple
His
Leafs.
second goal of the playoffs, first score of the game. Score of number 15. Matthew
saved by the pad by
Highmore.
Now the rebound here for the
Pass
Maple
is
Leafs is
number
Marner.
28.
Kicking across.
Guyro.
Bryce Nylander.
Top of the goal of the first
Saved by
period. 34
18:22
seconds.
remaining in the first period.
Says Matthew Highmore avec with 68 pour Guyro dans the period. 34 seconds.
Here in Canadian Tire Century. Sucho was the face-off, and Jabat looks again over to Highmore. Highmore, in lane, rebounds it, and out to Jensen. Jensen fires that one. We've broken a sick here on a defensive set. That's really like undangerable. Sometimes there's no happening with only one, and with the other team, it was like unexpected that it was going to be turning out too soon. Now the chaotic out there, they've really been like pulling it out. Nobody's been like giving it a better goal in with a better duration. This is not a hard time, gets things rough. Now the team just set in the Sens territory. 1-0's the score. Matthews wins the faceoff. Here's Finette. He makes a shot, but a save puts in by Omar. Now Matthews sets it over to McCabe. Here's a chance to Nev. Rolls it in. Fire shot. Saved by Omar. Rebounded here by the Leafs. Now Sanderson sticks it over. The Ottawa Senators are on the offense zone. They'll hold it around that. And now to Nev. We'll have it over. Dummy right again to McCabe. McCabe looks to Nice. Nice lost his puck. And rebound by the Sens. Amadio with a 2-on-2 fast break. Covered it up. And rebounded by Tanev. There'll be a delayed penalty that's going to be on the Ottawa Senators, and this will be a knockoff cross-checking. That's a start off bad, and they are not playing it so well. This cross-checking is going to give Mike Emilio
Ottawa penalty, 2 minutes for
bucks.
cross-checking.
Now you're not playing it like you did before. When you do that wall, you knock somebody over, and that's going to be your first penalty. That's where Mike Emilio had a little trouble to start off in the first period. Not really turned to be great. Now they're ready to take their next first power play for the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs have really have to start things off. The securation is not really the time to do what they need to do.
Ottawa Senators penalty. Number 22, 2 minutes for cross-checking on Mike Emilio. Top of the penalty for the Sens. 17 minutes, 14 seconds. Penalty for Mike Emilio. Cross Senators for the goal check those minutes and cause de la Piorde. 17 minutes, 14 seconds. Sens over
We want to
penalty
see
kill.
this Battle of Ontario play that postseason, and they did. So as the Senators, and they were not really secure enough, and they were really just like kept on in. And as you may have noticing, this is what happens with this Wikipedia, as you're already noticing how this turned out to be the Battle of Ontario. This Battle of Ontario was a national part of a hockey league rivalry, and the both team competes in the Atlantic Division.
Toronto
After the
penalty, 2
the
minutes for
power play's over
cross-checking.
for the Leafs. Is Nice is in a penalty box. That's bad news here. That's what happens when you putting it on Guyro. The alternative captain, you get a little swink afterward. And now this is going to be their first penalty kill for the Maple Leafs. It is now a 4-on-4. This battle range is not going to be easy at all. Now the teams are on a 4-on-4 play with only 16:46 remaining. They always really had that settled in there. They're not sure.
Toronto
what
Leafs
they're gonna
penalty,
do.
number 23, 2 minutes for cross-checking on Matthew Nice. Top of penalty in the first period of playoffs, 16 minutes, 46 seconds. Matthew Nice, numéro 23 de las Leafs, et surtout de l'honnête des jours, crossé à la course de la période. So, 16 minutes and 46 seconds for those Leafs and Sens. 4-on-4.
Now, you may have already noticed it before. It's a better televised nationally on Hockey Night in Canada. The rivalry has been described as one of the most NHL's top rivalries due to two teams meeting each other in the postseason and throughout the entire 2000s of the season. What they said now is one of our biggest histories since they currently entered their in NHL in 1982. And then the Maple Leafs did not begin the emerge until the late 1990s, from 1992 to 98. It was Toronto in the Western Conference and Ottawa in the Eastern Conference, which meant that the two teams rarely played each other. But however, they became before the 1998-99 season, the conferences has changes up and are realigned to make the move into the Eastern Conference, and the Senators in the also Eastern Conference as well. And now both teams have re-emerged, and they wanted to change it up and easily done for. Well, because with the first team guys here, the Toronto Maple Leafs have really been kept it in here for some better ranges. They're not really sure of how they've definitely done it in the first place, but this is what our team does. Nobody was given a little percentage of it if they really started playing doing this, because Toronto Maple Leafs are in the Western Conference first. They were really starting things off there before the Eastern Conference as they were realigned together. Because they're not from the Western Conference. That does not mean that they didn't really start that often. They didn't really think it was going to happen at that point. All that long, it was really hard that they emerged. One player is out, but the time on the other hand is down to 15 seconds for the Sens power play. Here's a video. Fires it, saved by Wolf. Wolves going to hold on with under 15 minutes remaining in the first, past the 5-minute mark in the first period. A Gallagher off to take the next puck drop. Senators, 1-0 lead over Toronto. Now here's the win for Matthews, so he will have it again tomorrow night. And he will clear it out, and that'll do it for the Sens power play. 1-0 on the start here for the Senators, as this one wraps them out tightly. This is nowhere I've never seen how this was going to change often. Even though I know about the Senators, they're really always a good team to play for. I thought they were a fan favorite, but Toronto had more favorites that they've been playing it often lately. It doesn't mean that they've really been coming out from the back, and they've really been gone separate turns, but they're doing it for every game in between. May not be what they chose for, but, well, it really happens with most plays of the game. Happens with Giant Turn, he was looking for Mitchell Marner, and sometimes pretty good shot. I feel like Marner's right, you have a lot of strange different numbers. The Islander finding camp, you have shots saved on a pad by Oldenburg. Rebound by Domi. Domi to Eklund Larson. Finds it to Riley. Riley shoots it for redirection. This one stays out of his zone. As Perron sets to Paperson. Paperson goes down, right near the boards. At the battle for a rebound, here's Cam. He finds Pacioretty. Here's Cam. Cam shot saved by Oldenburg. Rebound by Kemp. It sets to Eklund Larson. Has it again Riley. Riley shoots it. Not enough to beat the traffic. Stutzel right to it again to Paperson. Paperson. Shot. Glove saved by Wolf. And this will clear it out in with only 13-17 remaining. Now, as I mentioned before here, this is what happens with the first time. They met them in the first time here in 2000. And as you can see now with the Toronto Maple Leafs, they've been dispatching the Senators in 6 games. And some Maple Leafs fans saw as his revenge since the Senators' Morin Hossa, he was accidentally clipped on Maple Leafs' Brian Murad in the eye, and this happened with March 11th, and ending the young defenseman's season and almost his career. And then by that next season, they were sure enough that they meet again in the first round as the Senators entered the playoffs ranked in the second in the conference, and of course Maple Leafs in the 7th. I don't know what they chose then before. Before that happened, I was not really sure enough how this was going to change in. And because the Senators were expected to defeat the Maple Leafs, they were especially since that they had swept the regular season series against them. Instead of sweeping the series in the major upsets, they did not score its first goal series until 16:51 with their time on the road. How would they ever believe in that? Well, they really mentioned it. I felt like that the Maple Leafs are really all settled in. That it looks like the Senators are really given all they've done for. Nothing really sets out. And with that, they've been really accompanied by them They were really all taken down by plenty of them. They were so aggressively on that day. This is my answer to this one. I mean, whatever they might bring on their own takes in the attack, it's not an easy percentage. That one really shakes it out to make that one a hard use of the play answer. This might still can be a little challenging. I mean, nothing sticks out unless you get it done. Hallmark's going to come right up with only 11:46 remaining in the first period. 1-0, still the score. Leafs on the full pressure here, Canadian Tire Century. And now the win for the Senators. Harmonic kicks it over. There's Stutzel. Stutzel. Pass to Clement. Clement's shot misses wide. Heimer lost that effort. Timmins takes over. Now has it again to Tavares. Tavares moves in. Shots blocked. Rebounded up by the Leafs. Nylander. Shot. For a rebound. He scores. Mitchell Marner is rebounding in after Tavares with these assists. Yeah, I knew that this could happen. That happens with Tavares as he really sees Mitchell Marner back goal. It's a lot to take in, just to get his own look, and he really had that one with his second playoff goal. That was not even an easy take. But this is like putting a pass on Hallmark. This is a sudden rebound that he was able to take in. Not easy enough, not a challenge. Now as they're ready to take their next puck drop, 11:19 remaining in the first period. Tavares' team wins the faceoff as he now finds Nylander. Nylander on a shot, it's blocked. Rebound by Reiner. Off to Goudet. Goudet with the impact. Rebounds him. Swings and misses. Glove saved by Wool. 11:01 remaining in the first period as they'll get ready for the next puck drop. Tight competitions here. And as we're looking at his status afterwards, and this is why they've never been able to win this one. So it was
Toronto Leafs goal, his first goal in the playoffs, scored by number 16, Mitchell Marner. Assisted by number 91, John Tavares. And by number 88, William Nylander. Time of the goal for the Leafs, 8 minutes 41 seconds. Says Mitch Marner assisted John Tavares and William Nylander. The last period at 8 minutes 41 seconds.
That Sparta is going to play in with some big attackers like they've done before. I mean, I've never seen anybody like us. Same with me. Unless if their Sens can definitely try to like take things over with a Cavendish, it doesn't make it look happening to me. That part of the goal is really like off target. May not be what they all choose for. Accommodatingly Senators that they really like giving all they've done. I mean, it's a lot of percentage of the winning. They try their own best, but they fail. And then they do it again. Well, they sometimes typically basically try to like keep on rolling it back and forth with some goals. Not changing effort. So the teams are still tied with one. And it's right now with only 10:20 remaining in the first period. They'll get the next face-off and a win for the Sens. Here's an overtake here. Perron, go to wing. And pass. Oh, that one slicked it too soon. It's nice. This takes over. It's epic. It's up, finds Perron. Perron, right toward wing. Lost his control balance. Perron. A video shot. We directly off the skater and finds Pinto. Pinto shoots, saved by Wool. 9:50 remaining in the first period. As he'll hold things up to get ready for another puck drop. Now they're off to take the next puck drop in the face-off zone in the Leafs territory. Down the wing, here's to Nev. 9:50 remaining in the first period. Tavares takes it over. Off to Marner. Finds Nylander. Nylander's shot saved by Allmark and a rebound by Bakerson. Bakerson really needs to get some regrouping on a face-off. This really needs some hard case to get this thing moving. And this won't pressurize. This really take the first round to put it in. Brady gets trying to go with the goal, but it's taken out by Wool. Goes to Tavares. Clears his own. The rebound will put it in by Sanderson. Sanderson keeps the pass to Paperson. Paperson in middle. Slinged it out. Rebound by Paperson again to Gray. Gray rolls to Kachuk. Kachuk again. Firing across. Saved by Will. 9:01 remaining in the first period. And now they're off to set things up to get ready for the next puck drop. The win for the Leafs. Here's Riley. He'll send it over again to Ekman Larson. Again to Robertson. Robertson now finds McMahon. Here's a rebound by Stutzel. Give the pass over, now finds Cleven. Again to Highmore. Highmore, shot, saved up by Wool. Token checking out the stick lifted. Here's McMahon. McMahon on his way down. Finds Riley. Riley shot, big stop by Omar. This really gives Omar a good instinct look. There is no pressure to make the key out there successful. When Linus Ullmark really gives this one a great chain, it was not easy what you have to do for when you make it history enough to make that next goal go in. Out there in here, here's Matthews. Matthews. Whoa, it's right toward down. Wow. That's a big tumble take over here. Yeah, they did. Highmore shot stopped by Wool. 8:09 remaining in the first period. They'll hold things off to get ready for our next puck drop. And on the other side of it, I will now send it over to Jay. To start things off is Brady Kachuk.
Thanks, guys. Talking about Brady Kachuk was one of our big captains with the Ottawa Senators. To start off, makes an appearance when his Bowman took in his 4th overall pick by 2018 NHL draft. He was one of our big timers after playing with his brother, and for Boston University, he now has shown oftenly when he gives something a good use of his own skill. The power of the energy, the more better they play for. And what they say now is Brady Kachuk, after playing by his brother Matthew Kachuk, he makes the next thing go up. It's a better difference here, but looks like the two brothers will have to find things often if they get a good range on the attackers. He doesn't start off here for Brady Kachuk, but he makes his true entrance great deal. Let's see if he does this on ice to make that one perform the big hit. Back to you guys.
Now here's Greg that backs off, and we'll cover things up with 7:19 remaining in the first period. And now they're ready. They're off to the next face-off here for the Sens and the Leafs. Here's the win for Tavares as he gets it to Ned, and rebound by Marner. Marner finds Tavares. Tavares lost his puck in control. This one stays out. And now he sets it over. Went down. Rebounded by Media. Media shoots. Saved by Wall. Under 7 minutes remaining in the first period. And both teams are still tied with 1. They're off and ready to take a next puck drop. 26/19 shots on goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs with under 7 minutes remaining. Now Tavares wins the faceoff. He gets it again over to Nylander. Looks to Marner. Marner's right toward back to Nylander. Nylander lost his one. Shots blocked. Redirected again. And now here's Pinto. Shane Pinto right toward in the zone. Perron. Gives it to Amedio. Backhander. Save me. Good stop by Wall. Got behind the net. And rebounded up by the Senators. Perron shot. Glove save by Wall. 6:31 remaining in the first period. Doesn't really make that one helpful. I don't know what Wool can do. Now to send over the other side, Austin Matthews.
One of our big takes here for the Toronto Maple Leafs is Austin Matthews. He can play for most of his time off the day with a shock and awe, and most time off the day, he gets out of good result. This is what happens with that sometimes with David Kemp and with the other two teams, there is no better than one. When he makes that good clear arranging for Austin Matthews, he's really showing off when his next percentage gets it done. It's big straight, but let's hope that Matthews has his take for his next goal. Back to you guys.
After he went down, here's Sanderson. Again to Pinto. And it's back to Perron. Again to Zub. Zub in the wing. And this one given over back to Sanderson. Pressure ready. Kicks it out. Rebound by Video. Video cutting and bounding. Saved by Wool. And it's rebound by Riley. There really is going to be hard maintaining, rebounding. That's what happens. They don't get really well that easy. They really stepped it out. I totally agree with you, Silver Spoon. I totally agree with you. Unless you don't really decide something, you have to be controlled who you are. Always have a promise if you do for. Stutzel loses his puck control ranging. McMahon sets to Robertson. Robertson right to it in the wing. Trying to go for a three. On a shot, blocked it again. 5 minutes remaining in the first period. And here comes Sanderson. Sanderson. Gairu. Fires. Saved by Wall. And it's off to now to Gairu. Gairu. Shot. Stopped by Wall. 4:45 remaining in the first period. And the fans are now getting some loud energy scare. Only 4:45 remaining in the first period. And here's Bennett. He has it again, Domi. Domi now finds Dice. On a shot. And a big save by Linus Ullmark. This really gets it when a great take from Linus Ullmark. He's really showing it for the first sight of a guy. It was not easy. He wants things to get things smaller. And of course now, he doesn't really want to get over confused that much by both teams. Yeah, we definitely don't want that. We definitely really wanted to try to keep that out, but there's no race to it. Of course. All the way back. Stutzel now finds again a Chabat. Chabat. The give off earlier. Pass broken. With a shot saved by Wool. Rebound by Tavares. Kachuk's got it this time. And Greg passes over. On a redirection. Big save play by Wolf. 3:45 remaining in the first period. That redirects wide again. And here's another one. That one makes a redirection. Again, now back to Kachuk. He's over now to Greer. Greer shot and scores! Brady Kachuk with a redirection. It's now a 2-1 game. There's no specific to mind for Brady Kachuk. It really makes a great change out of his first goal, a big takeover. Look at what happened with Brady Kachuk. That really makes it a great big thing right now. That one leads it over with a nice great change out of his first goal up in the league. And so you are. Now here's the wing for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And this one goes right toward wing. Gets back to Greg. Greg. 3:25 left to go in the first period. Baverson. Kachuk. Shot. Save play by Wool. Rolls over to Clement. Clement gets back over to Marner. And it's now Nylander. Nylander on a sprint. Rolls the pass back to Tavares. Tavares shots it. Save again by Linus Ullmark. Clement takes over. Now has to Kachuk. 2 for 2. Nothing given. Wool stops it with only 3 minutes remaining in the first period. We really have a lot of time with the patience afterwards. I mean, do you think it will happen? Not what I choose for. Nah. I get what you're feeling right now there, Tyler. You got a good range. You got to look at me good goals. That's what you're trying to keep things up. Of course I do. I mean, you know what happened right now. Yeah, take it over. Well, saved by Ullmark. 2:46 remaining in the first period. As now they'll be ready to take their next face-off. Now the win for the Senators. Gives a takeover to Sanderson. Finds Perron. Pinto with the rebound.
Here's
shot clock. And rebound by the King.
Score by number 7.
Robertson.
Brady.
Right towards middle. Give over. Saved by Ullmark. And it's rebound.
Assisted by number 71.
By Pinto.
Ridley.
Senators are back in the offense zone. Here's Perron.
And by number three,
Nick
Jensen.
2:15 remaining.
Time to goal the first period, 16 minutes, 26 seconds. Says pretty Kachuk assisted the Ridley Bragg and Nick Jensen. The last period, the 16 minutes, 26 seconds.
2:04 remaining the first.
Out of a penalty, 2 minutes for slashing.
Do with Perron. He really slap shot. You can't do that. That's going to make him feel like they are affected. That's the first penalty kill for the Senators. Perron's in a penalty box. This will give a start off for the power play for the Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs don't have a clear range to do for it. They just have to.
Ottawa Sens penalty, number 57, 2 minutes for slashing on David Perron. Time on a penalty in the playoffs, 2 minutes and 4 seconds.
William Nylander pops it in right underneath the goaltender, and now we are tied for 2. Man, Brady Tkachuk was watching on William Nylander, and what happened to this play? Look what happened. He took it over, and he just couldn't get over the passing by. You know, this has been a big frustration afterwards. The first period didn't really think it was going to start in, and that part would have kicked it out by Allmark, but he didn't get there really well. Now it's over with a tie game with under 2 minutes remaining in the first. Here's a rebound, now by Israeli. Nice chance to play, stopped me by Allmark. Oh my goodness, that was very close call carry. Oh boy, I mean, we wouldn't see that one with the breakaway chain. That would be like unbelievable. And then Matthews wins the faceoff, he now finds it over. Ekman Larson blocks it out, and a rebound by Stutzel.
Toronto Leafs goal, his 6th goal in the playoffs, his first goal of the game, scoring a power play number 88, William Nylander. Assisted by number 23, Matthew Nice. Time to goal for the power play on the Maple Leafs, 18:03 remaining in the first period of the playoffs. William Nylander avec Uno Beresagante Juriki and Sirius Eliminatorius assisted for Matthew Nice in that period. 18 minutes, 3 seconds.
For Mark Scobie, really had that one with the pressure clearing up. This take-in was like beating over, and it doesn't really start often because that first goal really starts in for the Leafs, as they're really like keeping out on them. And now they're ready for our next puck drop. It is a 3-2 game, Toronto. 1:25 left to remain in the first period, and now the win for Toronto. Here's another one for Nylander. Nylander. Passes out. Marner shot, scores! Another goal for the Leafs as they're starting up for the first period. Well, I don't know what they did, but it looks like Marner took it. Yeah, it looks like what happened with William Nylander and then Mitchell Marner. He was really giving up enough goal. That's another big play here for the Maple Leafs. They don't seem to care for it afterwards. As for Nylander, he really has his 4th goal in the playoffs. That was not seemingly why they really took down Optimally on the right timing. Now it's ready to take things on here for the next puck drop. It is a 4-2 lead for Toronto with 1:18 remaining. Now here's the win for Tavares and Ekman Larson. That one punches off. Wow, what a runless kick. Chavez right to the wing. Finds Stutzel. Stutzel pass to Javik. And on a takeover. And another one shot and saved on by Wolf. Last man of play in the first period. And they're off to take the next puck drop. 24/13 to score for the face-off wins on Toronto.
Last minute of play in the first period. Remaining minute of journey and remaining period.
And he moves over to RJ Panic. Holmberg gives it off to on a shot saved by Holmberg. 48 seconds, 0.5 in the first period. They really sure need have to be there in quick timing. No prices need to be reserved afterwards, so you know what happens to Tyler? No, I won't try to like remember it. I know, definitely Douglas, right? It would have been also if they would have been like helping at home. Yeah, I do agree with you.
Toronto leads goal, his first goal in the playoffs, scored by number 11, Max Toby. Assisted by number 34, Austin Matthews. And by number 95, Olivia Ekman-Larsson. Time of the goal, 18 minutes, 45 seconds in the first period of the playoffs. Max Toby avec un bon et serious eliminatories associated par Austin Matthews and Olivia Ekman-Larsson dans la période. 18 minutes, 45 seconds.
1 minute remaining. Under a minute remaining, 10 seconds up in the first period. They better win. And a shot, save play, and rebounded up by the Leafs. And that will do for the first period. 3-2, now 4-2 lead. We'll get ready for the second period when we come back after the break. You're watching NHL Stanley Cup Playoffs on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody, as we're ready to get started for the second period at Canadian Tire Century. Players rehydrated, ice is refreshed, and we are back on ice. Alright, a little bit of a tight start here for the first period, but the Toronto Maple Leafs are up by 2, looking like they wanted to give this thing another goal. What's on your takes for you guys and see how they done? Well, I've really seen so many of them with a rebounding heist, and this was nothing to worry about. They really have been coming off and coming back. They have nowhere to find them out, and I was really sure enough that this turned to be like it was a full pressure battle. Nothing really takes it in, and they were really soon to be like falling apart. I don't know what's going to happen, but they really have been up there soon enough, and there was no one that was going to try to push things in to have the right talking and bounding. I've really seen so many of us that there was like a playoff inbounding with the rebounds, and sometimes they don't really just do it that longer than it takes. Yeah, I seem to agree with him. I mean, what all you have to do now is you just gotta like keep focusing the pressure. Pulls a stop in. Now he's with the shot. Save on a play by Allmark. Unbelievable. That was an untakeable in the center on a dangerous attack zone. Wow. Oh my goodness. They've been really stacked out. Of course they did. They really did like everything. What a great job by the goaltender. Saved by the Wool and a rebounded by Giroux. Giroux now finds Chabot on a shot. Put it in. He scores. Pretty good shot. He pulls another goal. That's his 4th in the playoffs. You don't see the kill now. A pretty good shot. That's a big rebound. He's been tipping it in. And passed by Wool. They're not down by 1. They're not really going home anywhere. They really have to find themselves out to get some good take by Giroux. You see what happens to pass over to Egan to Chabot, and then bringing each other in deflection? That's great in there. That's the reference you don't see it optically. We're bringing each other that goal. So Iowa Senators are down by 1. It's a close game, 4-3. In Ottawa, Canada. We really see so many others. And for Jensen, they've really been backed it up. Of course I did. They really just need to keep things going and then just keep firing around. They just need to get things in. Good big save, and then will be stoppage in play as Matthews is in the penalty box with an interference.
Toronto penalty, 2 minutes for interference.
You can't play like you did. Austin Matthews was really like knocking him over, and that's what happens on the Suns. They really are just putting back in for some fully on action. No takes in, no possible, not a chance, then you can't just do it often. They're going to get their power play, and hopefully the lead will come in.
Toronto Leafs penalty number 44, 2 minutes for interference on Austin Matthews. Time of the penalty, 18 minutes, 46 seconds in the playoffs. Austin Matthews, numero 44, 2 minutes to last Leafs for interference save. That is la periodic. Temperature la penalty, 18 minutes, 36 seconds.
8:07 remaining in the second period as they'll get ready for the next puck drop. Still a lot of time on the board. It's still a 4-3 game Toronto. And here's the win for McKay. As right now he will set it out of his own. And now Chabot will give it again to Perron and sent to Baverson. The Sens are back in the Leafs territory. Off the Stutzel, shots blocked, redirected by Lorenz. And he'll fire that one out of here. Here's a rebound by Perron. Gets knocked out, and Lorenz takes an offside for the Maple Leafs with only 17:47 remaining. I think he's okay now. I mean, looks like he's not done. I mean, he's still going. So Got a little bit of an update with you there, Tyler. Thank you very much, Wood Spinning. Looks like it might be a clash battle. Hopefully, it might just keep on by. Big Pat saved by Wool and rebound by Pinto. Here's a video shot saved by Wool. Covers it up with only 1:10 remaining on the Senators' power play and 17:35 left to remain in this second. Don't forget, folks, as we have our last game approaching here, we have our one last game here in Canada. That's going to be, you all know, for the Kings and the Oilers. That will be the next coverage here at Rogers Century. So be sure to stick around here for later tonight's game after the crossover for the NBA. And then we will get ready for our 9:30 game, as this will be 10 on the other side of it. And as for all of you who are joining in, we'll be sticking you on here on the other side so you can watch it at the same time. No matter if you miss on anything.
Assisted by number 72, Thomas Chalba.
Lorenz takes over.
And by number 28, Guy. Time of the goal, 1 minute 23 seconds in the second period. 30 you can check in Marquette, Close do match for the series eliminatories at Thomas Chalba. And Claude Garou in Periode. 1 minute 23 seconds.
Sends it over, now finds again a Jabat. Finds Stutzo. Stutzo, fire, save by Wool. Unbelievable moment that plays it out. Matthew's time is about to be expired. And it's saved by Wool. Oh my gosh. That was unbelievable that they took.
And nothing just couldn't get out of here. That was really like a mayhem going afterwards. I don't believe they really been like keeping it out of here. Are you kidding?
Buck sends back, and the power play is over for the Senators. So this time it will be 0-1 for the Senators as Kachuk now finds Stutzo. What a great communication here for the Senators. They're really just like picking back up. And for Wool, he was playing the battle for the rebound. He was not really sure, but he was surprised to get this over with. He really had taken everything that he did. And for so far, it was not really what my sophistication. He was really like being treaty for everything. I've really seen so much of a big clash-on-clash defense. That's really like a big display bound with some action. They've really been like keeping it going for a while, and from now on, they're going to have to wait from here. Big save here by Linus Allmark as Chabot rolls down. Domi. Here's a chance for Riley. Riley's shot blocked up by Paperson. Paperson's right toe in the wing. And that pass broken up by Ekman Larson. Here's Toronto. And now he sets to Domi. Domi with the rebounding. Knocked him down. Rebound by Perron. Now it rolls to Chabot. Chabot taking his own time. Now find Paperson on a shot. Save by Wool. Unbelievable. That is a big save they played. Not really anybody's getting good at this point. I'm really afraid of it now. I thought he would be almost missing it again. Tavares. It's back to the Sens. Stutzo. Zub. Pass to Sanderson. Sanderson. And a shot. Saved by Wool. Nice. Takes it over. Now finds Riley. Now here's the rebound by Tavares. It rolls it over to Domi. And that one reaches out. Now here's Highmore. He's right toward in the center of the zone. Breakaway chain. Move around. Stop by Wool. Wow, what a great save by the Knights. They really kept on flying. Yes, they did. I mean, that was unbelievable. Nobody stands afterwards. They're really like, well, they didn't really think it was going to be happening enough. I felt like this was close. Definitely close it afterwards. I mean, they really like, stuggered out again. Sends it out of the zone. Now a rebound puts by Zub as he will give it over, finding again to Sanderson. Sanderson, pass to Pinto. Pinto rolling in. And that one stays out of the zone as McMahon is troubled up. And with the rebound again by the Maple Leafs. McMahon goes down. Amedio takes over. Perron gives it up. And a shot saved by Wall. Really turning it in for the big here. Sanderson, shot and scores! We are now tied in Ottawa. Sanderson, his first goal in the playoffs. It doesn't happen with most of the games. That happens for Sanderson, who gets his first goal in the playoffs. Talk about this one here. When you get out on a little swing with it, you have some great shots here. That's Sanderson's first playoff goal to tie that up. Sanderson's team is tied with 4 remaining in the second. Now when the right time happens with Sanderson, it just makes it first playoff goal much count. They just really dominated oftenly. I know what happens now. When the Sens keep on rolling, we keep rolling. It's going to be like a tightest game on the run-out. I think this is the battle for everyone to come into this game. No matter if you're in Toronto or in Ottawa, you can definitely watch the Battle of Ontario. And now we're ready for our next puck drop. Still a tie game, as right now they are all evened up, a 4-4 game. And here's Tanev, and Reinhardt takes over.
Center.
The Senators are back in the offense zone, gives it again to Goudet. Goudet shots blocked. Or the Maple Leafs. Reinhardt gets the hop on it. Finds Clement. Clement shoots it. Clement just goes off right to the side of the net. And it's McCabe. It's Reinhardt. Loses control.
Assisted by number 2.
Tanev skips across. Now the rebound here. Back to Tanev.
And by number 12, Shane
Rolls to Lawrence.
Time to roll in the second period, 5 minutes, 58 seconds. Jake Sanderson of Eckler assisted by Tim Self and Shane Pinto, Don Slaperiode. 5 minutes, 58 seconds.
Now it rolls to Reinhardt. Reinhardt flings it out, and right around the board will be Bennett. Bennett trying to battle for the loose puck. Kicks it over. Can't find anybody. Timmins is right toward the wing, and rebounded up by Bennett. 12:40 remaining in the second period. Kachuk shot, save again. Trying to put a rebound. He has 2 in his playoffs, but can he do it for 3? I don't know if he can definitely do it. I mean, I thought that 3 goals would be excellent. Here's Lawrence. Shot, saved by Omar. That one goes right to the wing. Oh, great stop here for our latest Omar. He's putting in instincts, and he's just given all that he can. Now here's a Monic, glove saved by Wool, and he'll hold it in with only 12:13 remaining. Still a tie game, 4-4. A lot of big attackers going on around here. We've seen so many of others. So right now it's still a tie game, 4-4. Now here's the win for the Senators. Big save by Wool. Highmore takes his chance with 12 minutes remaining in the second. And now a rebound. Here's Stutzel. Zug rolls in. Highmore shot saved by Wool. And he'll hold it in with under 12 minutes remaining in the second period. A lot of big percentage on your passing. 92 or 87 for the Toronto Maple Leafs on passing effectiveness. Now here's a rebound here as Tanev wins the face-off. And here's Chris Tanev. A set to Domi. Domi took a biggest hit here, and it's rebounded off by the Senators. The kick over. Now Claude Giroux. Nice takes over. Matthews inside. Big transition on a big drive, and a save puts in by Omar. Matthews. Cut and bounce. Stopped by Omar. 11:29 remaining in the second period. They'll hold things on to get ready for the next puck drop. On to the next face-off. Ottawa Senators and Toronto Maple Leafs. Hardest matchup that they've ever seen since 2000. Matthews got that puck, now finds Christopher Tanev. And Tanev looking his way down to Nice. Matthews gets micked, and it's back to Stutzel again to Giroux. Here they come right down to the left wing. Matthews with the rebound now finds Domi. Domi finds Nice. Nice chance. Chavez takes it over. Nice shot saved by Omar. Nice with the chance. That one blocks. And rebounded by Paperson. Shabbat over again to Jensen. And has it again to Paperson. Paperson cutting in. Right to pass to Kachuk for 3. Saved by Wool. Nylander takes it over with the puck rebound, and it's back to Chris Tanev. Tanev battling it on the Senators. Domi right again to, and here's Greg. Ridley Gregg. Paperson's shot is off the skater, and it goes right to the wall. Nylander bumps up in the corner of the wall, rebounded by the Sens. And the pass for Jensen gives it back to Greg. Greg with the cut, can't go over it as Domi gives it back to Nylander. Here's another chance. Perron takes it over. Micah Video. Shooting it in. He scores! Micah Video. That will be his third of the game. Third playoff goal. And now I have the lead 5-4. Look at that aggressive drive to Micah Video. You didn't see that happening. That was one goal in and then popped out. You didn't really think you were going to win that one at all. They were really trying to counter, but the Battle of Ontario did not seem to care for anything. They really knocked a bunch. So it's now a 5-4 lead. Mike and Video, 3 goals in the playoffs. How do you feel about that one here, Mike and Video? Do you think that is a good chance to get the lead? I bet so. It's all eyes this camper now. My, oh my. Perfect enough here for Senators. They've really been like out breath on a tape.
Senators.
Here's Perron. Pass to Video. Video lost that one. Perron
His
shot.
third
Stop by
goal
Wall
in
as
the
he gobbles
playoffs.
it up.
Score by number
Pass to
22,
midway mark in a second.
Mike Amadio.
Now, according to
Assisted
this
by
right here,
number
Brady could
57,
show as he was really
David
showing his
Perron.
optimism. When he was starting to play
Time of the
here
goal
by
in the second
Boston
period,
University,
9 minutes,
he was
52
elected, and this was his
seconds.
fourth
Mike Amadio,
overall pick.
Torres Yami,
Sometimes
but this
that
series
happens in the
victorious
2018
assisted
draft.
by David
And it turned to be
Perron
from the
in
season,
period
and then it
order.
turned against all
9
Hockey
minutes,
East rookie team
52
honors. The
seconds.
international play was one of our biggest on his own. And he was the captain for the Gold, winning the U.S. Under-18 national team. And then in 2017, the double IHF World U18 Championships. It was under 20 national teams by the Junior Ice Hockey Championships in Buffalo, New York. And he won his bronze, and he was the captain of the Team USA. That was by 2024 that he was basically placed in 5th. Well, I could say Brady Tkachuk, he was really like giving everything what he does for. By his brother, Matthew Tkachuk, it was definitely what I always expected now. Matthew Tkachuk has a lot of quotes to say about this. Well, they're making like very possible for now. When I say for now, it's what Matthew Tkachuk was able to select for. He was making his great takes of this one. And because the traditional by Brody, he said by Brady Tkachuk, it wasn't really easy to make a change. He says, skating through adversity is a Tkachuk family tradition. And I didn't choose hockey, hockey chose me. Trash talk on the ice? Not more efficiently, but they don't have anything else to cover it in. I wouldn't say Matthew Tkachuk was really like giving everything what he did for. That's what his life quote would be happening here. But for Brady Tkachuk, he was really wanting to say is what he goes with that. He also stated that back in Ottawa, it was all about the team success there. But it was hard when you were playing here, and it's clear in a year's time when we want to accomplish. He also mentioned it when he was saying, I am incredibly grateful, and with all to have the opportunity to play with my brother and representing our country together. I always give a great thanks for the support. Indeed so. I mean, all that happens with Brady Tkachuk and Matthew Tkachuk, there's really like both on the honors. It's all for the Tkachuk family. Impressive. After a win here by the Maple Leafs with 8:10 remaining in a second, here's Tanev, passes to Marner. Marner rolls it in, blocker save by Omar. And here's Kyrou, set the pass over again to Jensen. Jensen now finds Stützle. Stützle coming and bounding, Tanev takes over, back to Stützle. Here's Herman shot, score! 3 goals in the playoffs for Highmore, and it's over now. 6-4 game. I'm not finished yet. Looks like what happened with his back. You see how the 10 strengths are? You get a big look there and you get a Sanderson. That's Highmore's third goal in the playoffs. Unbelievable. He really did that one in there. One-time effort and another goal pushed it off. On the Senators, up to a 2-point lead. Looks like they wanted to make their way to the second round. Since we see them back playing in 2017, it was the last tournament that they played for. Oh my! Ridley Gregg! Now it is time to turn. He gets his third goal in the playoffs. And the winning face-off, I would have bet on that. Ridley Gregg, are you serious? Watch that time! You see that? Here's a little thunderclap. Wing! Bang! That's not even turn it back! How did he get to take the thing through with your back, and you get the other right away. That's showing it over to Bakerson, and then after that, he was really looking in there. Watch what he was looking for. He was looking for Ricky Gregg, and when you're looking for a pass, you get Ricky Gregg and open look. Fire it. And it sends it into the net. My goodness. It's a big drive, and you needed that one to be playing in for Rich. Away for Tavares, as right now here's Tanev with the puck in. Now finds Marner. And a blocker, and a play back in is Nylander. They're going to back down by 1 as a beauty backhander puts by William Nylander. That's his 5th goal in the playoffs. After the Senators' goal, man, just a time seconds, it was right in there. I don't see how that cleared in, but that really must have took all of it when he needed to do for him. It's just not easy enough when you just try to keep moving for William Nylander. It's crazy enough that he does a backhander and he gives that one a good look past his deep. That's safe, but this rebound by William Nylander, he took it right back in now. So the Maple Leafs are not quite done yet as Mitchell Marner with the assist. I know what happens with Mitch Marner. He's really like showing it often. Like they're back down by 2, honestly. But it looks like the 5th goal of the playoffs is for William Nylander. He's really like stepping in. We need to do better. Here's
His
Greg.
3rd goal in the playoffs. 2nd goal of the game. Scored by number 15.
That takes over now finds again to Matthews. Matthews gets knocked down and the rebound by Jensen. Jensen fires out.
Oh, assisted by number 18. Stutzel.
Nice entry feed here for the
Time to
Senators.
goal in the 2nd period. 12 minutes, 7 seconds.
Rebounded by
Matthew
Domi.
Highmore to the
It's back to
semi
the
with
net.
a series
Rolls
of
again,
victories
nice.
at a Partim
7 minutes remaining in the
Stutzel.
second
De la
period. He's right in the wing.
12 minutes and 7 seconds.
Takes it over. And now the rebound here for the Senators. They're back in the Maple Leafs territory. That one gives it over. Back again to Matthews. Again to Domi. Domi, right third wing. That's back to Giroux. Giroux sets again to Stutzel. Again to Highmore. This one gets knocked over. Now finds Stutzel. Stutzel finds Zub. Zub finds Sanderson. Fires away. He scores! Another goal for the Ottawa Senators. They're back up by 3 again. That will be his 2nd of the playoffs. If you try to set this is not good, look what happened this fire line. That's what Brian cornered me at. There you go. That is right in the corner there. You didn't see that, didn't you? But that's the part of the goal that the Senators are really putting it in. You know the first guy doesn't work out well? You just made the third guy, and you just got that far away. That's another great slap shot, though, for the Ottawa Senators. They really have popped it out. I've never seen anything like that. So the Senators are back up by 3. It is now a 8-5 lead. Well, they definitely did it again. All they done now was really knocking, pressuring, attack, charge, forward for the moment. They really do it quickly. You know what, man? This really must have meant to me. What I all need to know
His 3rd goal
the
in the
lifetime
playoffs.
you
Scored
do,
by number
you just don't play
71.
easy enough.
Ridley.
I can definitely tell that when you're Silver Scrub. That was all. I can
Assisted
definitely
by
say
number
that.
19, Drake Pepperson.
Unless
And
you
by
know
number
what
72,
takes it with their
Thomas
next goal, you keep firing away.
Chabot.
I'm gonna get
Time of the goal in the
yours.
2nd period, 12 minutes, 13 seconds.
Thank you.
Ridley
I'm
Grant
so
first
happy
MVP
to know
by
that
a
I
series
will
of
take the win.
victories.
It'll be a
Assist
cup
A
for
by
mine.
Drake
No worries,
Boberson
I'm
and
just
Thomas
looking at you
Chabot.
guys.
Downs
Yeah, I
La
know.
period
That's all we need to
12
definitely
minutes,
just talk about
13
now. Get data,
seconds.
so. Now Zub takes over to Giroux and he gets again to Stutzel. Under 6 minutes remaining in the 2nd period, Stutzel slipped the feed, but saved by Wool. And Wool's going to cover it in with only 5:51 remaining in the 2nd. And how about the Sparta Cat from the Ottawa Senators? If you've seen anything like from the Senators,
Toronto league
as he gave that
goal.
thing a
His
good
sixth
look.
goal in the
I've
playoffs,
seen
second
so
goal of the
many
game,
things that
scored by
he's
number
been owning
88,
in the game,
William
dancing,
Nylander.
cheering, pumping up the crowd.
Assisted
in
by
the
number
playoff
16,
game.
Mitch
I really
Marner.
love seeing this
And by
status
number
here.
8,
This has been
Chris
a better
Timmett.
year for him.
Time to
But
goal in
he's
the
been
second
starting
period
to
of
go
the
back to his
playoffs, 12 minutes,
postseason
19
since
seconds.
after
William Nylander and
2017
Spirits on
to
67, the
18.
series
It was really
eliminatorias.
like the
And
best
then
thing in
for
the
Mitch
world for it
Marner
so
and
far.
Chris
Well, I
Timmett
can
dans
definitely
la
say
période,
Spartak is
12
definitely the
minutes,
last thing they
19
did for it.
seconds.
They made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals, but they came up short after losing against the Pittsburgh Penguins from Sidney Crosby. I really got nothing to say about it for now. What this really meant to say is, we really like to see their next game go by. I think that this one might be a better choice. What do you think? Well, we'll see about that. I bet that there might be a winner I'll take. Block the shot, Harmonic with a rebound, finds again a video.
Center.
Video with 2 goals in the playoff game, looking for 3. Pinto shot saved by Wolf.
His second goal in the playoffs, scored by number 85, Jake Sanderson.
Houston F.
Assisted by number 2, Artem Zone. And by number 18, Tim Stutzel. Time to goal in the second period of the playoffs, 13 minutes, 23 seconds. Jake Sanderson determined the series eliminatories, assisted the Artem Zone and Tim Stutzel dans la période, 13 minutes, 23 seconds.
Holmberg's right toward Wayne. And a set pass to McMahon. McMahon shot. Blocker saved by Olmark. Clement gets back to Amidio. In toward Wayne. Knocks him down. Ekman Larson now gives it to Cam. No, they really did not really seem to be liking it at all. Looks like the Senators are definitely not really appreciating not much. Wayne down for the sledge. Ron passes up. Gets back over to Cam. Cam. Pass to Riley. Riley is right to her in the wing. A set pass to Lawrence. Lawrence moves in, and it's back over to Lawrence right at the corner of the wall. Misses it off the goaltender from Linus Ullmark, and it's back to Baverson. Baverson finds Brady Tkachuk. The pass over is broken up by Ekman Larson. Here's Domi. Loses the handle position. Greg now finds Sanderson, and now Brady Tkachuk will try things again. Going for 3, off the skater by Ekman Larson, rebounds the puck. And Wool will cover it in with under 3:30 remaining in the second. 8-5's the score, Ottawa up by 3. Now if you're looking forward to see your next game presentation, you will join some mummers to see what goes in with their next coming up games. It's on sale now, so make sure to head over to NHL.com to get right into the next game. No matter which team you are a fan favorite, you can choose any of it, the closest near you, in USA or Canada. Pick your choice here to get your next game on a carry. And for our memberships, the fans will be here for next season to get your tickets underway here at your close to home arena at every state and town. Guyver now finds Highmore. And a set to Sustel. Lost that puck. Rebound by Nice. Kicks the puck over. And now as Bennett will send it over to Domi. Under 3 minutes remaining in the second. Domi shot saved by Holmark. Holds it in play with only under 3 minutes remaining in the second. This is really not going to come back into impressive. I was really even sure if that was going to make things happening. And they really are all over the line. Nothing you can tell, nothing you can play for. It's really the biggest on the tape. Covered up by Linus Ullmark, and just about 2:45 remaining in the second period. Now let's say about this, 4:19 over 3:29 time on attack. Here's Linus Ullmark. He was one of our biggest stakes here as he's a Swedish professional ice hockey goaltender, and he really has been going over for it on the path of his career. He's been showing that he has been on the dominant pressure. You know about Linus Ullmark when he played for the Boston Bruins? Oh, yes, I definitely did remember that one. The last time he played it in Boston, he played against the other team and the Ottawa Senators before he makes the next draft. Well, he did. He definitely did his own honoration. And definitely with the Boston Bruins during the 2022-23 season. And Hallmark leading the NHL with the wins of the game. I can say goals that have been against the average and saving percentage and scored in an empty net goal. And I'm going to tell you now, Linus Ullmark, he definitely played it. And this was his big moment for Linus Ullmark as he gets his empty net goal at the away game. I've really seen so many others. There's only like a few goaltenders out there that scored an empty net. And I can say now, at the end of the third period, it wasn't easy afterwards. I really said that Linus Ullmark is definitely one of a perfectionary. You guess so. It wasn't really like all I imagined here for Linus Ullmark. He was really like a push out to break things out of the way. Indeed so. Pat saved by Wall. 1:40 remaining in the second. Davison shoots, misses wide. And a rebound by the Leafs. Gregg, in shot, covered up by Wall. Only 1:33 remaining in the second period. Now they're ready to take the next puck drop. It's an 8-3 game, Ottawa. And now the win for Gergensen. Reinhardt, that one chops it up, and a rebound by Robertson. On its way down, Robertson. Cutting and bounding, rebounded up by Reinhardt. This one clears the zone. And now back to McCabe again with Tanev. Tanev rolls it deep to McMahon. McMahon rolls it bounding, stopped by Linus Ullmark. Rebound by the Leafs. It's back to Sanderson as he rolls to Reinhardt. 1 minute left to remain in the second period.
Last minute to play in the second period.
The holdings here with under 57 seconds remaining in the second. Now here's Wayne, here's Riley. Sets to Lawrence. Lawrence in the wing. Poked it up. Rebounded by Pinto. Pinto's right toward it away as he tries to battle a puck out. In the zone is Hamonic. Hamonic with the rebounding. Now gives it over to Ekman Larson. Poking up the pass here as Riley will have it again to Pacioretty. Pacioretty moves it in. Stick lifted. The Leafs still have that covered in. Toronto stays in Ascend's territory. And Baran takes it over. Now finds Hamonic. Hamonic loses that one. Pacioretty loses the puck effort. Amedio. Back behind the net, Baran. David Camp now finds Bennett. Bennett cuts his zone. Down to 5 seconds. Lawrence battles for a loose puck. And I'll get back to the centers as we end the second period. 8-5 score. Bunch of goals here, but Brady Tkachuk is looking for his third goal. We'll come back after you shortly after these messages. Third period is next after this. Welcome back. Ready to finish off the final period in Ottawa. Biggest game here for the Battle of Ontario, as the last one will continue in the third period to finish things off in Game 3. Alright folks, I know you're looking for this one. Let's have your status for between the Senators and the Leafs.
Well, they played so well. Very aggressively that they really just tried playing hard. All their work effort was not really like paying off anything. They really have done their better standing as they've really been doing it for some knockout hits. There's no competition to try to beat out by some players that can definitely kick things out.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, there is no stopping the disadvantage. No play-up and playing effort. Nothing really given over to anyone. And because they just don't really keep enough momentum to just keep on scoring things again, it gets hard and gets intense by those pro players. They really have a lot of training to do for it. Omar stops at plug goal, and there's only 19-17 remaining in the third period. They'll have another puck drop ready. Well, officials are getting set, ready for the next puck drop. 8-5 to score. Ottawa Senators up by 3. Tavares wins the facehead. Tanev shots blocked, and Stutzel takes back to Sanderson. Sanderson finds the pass to Giroux. Giroux pass to Highmar. Highmar pass broken up by Tavares and looks to Nylander. Nylander into a rank finding Marner on a shot glove saved by Allmark. 18:55 remaining in the third period. They're trying really hard not to get bumped out. And now they're ready to take their next puck drop. Ottawa Senators are 8-5 game, and they're trying to really just compensate to put it in. And delayed penalty will be on the Toronto Maple Leafs, as there will be a roughing. That's going to be on the Maple Leafs. It'll probably be on one of the two. Interference, Holmberg. He did. He done it again. Not happy
Toronto
enough at all.
penalty, 2 minutes for interference.
Holmberg in the penalty box. Not picking up pace here, and he knocks down the face-off. So Toronto Maple Leafs on another penalty kill, and the Senators are getting a next power play to get things started. About 18:42 remaining.
Toronto Leafs penalty number 29, 2 minutes for interference. Time and penalty, 18 minutes 54 seconds. Bonus Holmberg number 29, so release to 8 minutes for interference. Guns la periode. Tips to la periode, 18 minutes 54 seconds. Sets are on the power
Now Greg wins the
play!
face-off, puck sails out of the zone, and rebound by Chabot. Here's a video. That one pokes it out, and it's a rebound by Lorenz. Lorenz goes right back to Bennett. Bennett loses one, rebound by Emilio, and here's Pinto. Pinto shot save here by Wool. Timmins gives it over to Bennett. Emilio, move on a backhander, stop by Wool. A great stoppage on that play as they'll cover things up. Get ready for a next puck drop. Now for the win. Here's a setting bounding. Glove snatched by Wool. 1:24 for the Ottawa Senators power play. And just about 8:07 remaining in the third. Now they're off to take their next puck drop here in the center ice. Right in the Leafs territory. Now for the win. Jason Ebb, he gives it to Marner. And on his way down, right toward the wing. Pass to Matthews. Matthews slicks a move. In the feed off. Trying to pass it to Ned for a short-handed chance. Back to Bakerson, and he gets to Stützle. Stützle goes down. Rebound by Marner. Finds McCabe. Looks to Matthews. Matthews rolls his way down. Big blocker stopped by Omar. Here is a big style pad divish. I mean, how can they just keep on doing this? I was never seen like they did here before. That was all that smacked down everything. Kachuk to Stützle, lost the puck, rebounded it in, saved by Wool. Rebound by Kachuk, sets to Stützle. Stützle finds score room. Barry shoots it, save again, rebound by Matthews, and this will clear the zone by Marner. Marner finds Matthews, Matthews shot, saved by Allmark. Get back to Giroux, knocks him down. Stützle with a rebound. And it's back to Sanderson. Sanderson looks to Kachuk. Kachuk to Bakerson. Pass to Stützle. Stützle goes knocked down. Rebound by Matthews. Over to Lorenz. And it's back over to Timmins. Maple Leafs is penalty time, so it was about to expire. McKay passed to Cam. Went down, and that will do it. The Senators are unable to take their power play advantage as they come up short. Well, really what I mentioned now for Wool, he would really be almost like staggered out. He was not really seemingly surprisingly that this one gives it off the range and then try to pull it in with the next goal. Big take-ons are not really important. They just really need to keep on it. Back again. Nylander went down, rebound by Simmons, fires out one, misses away. Amedio will take over with the puck in control with 16:14 remaining. Dumps it out. Amedio, pass to Greg. Greg shoots, saved by Wool. And rebound by Riley. Riley kicks it over. Now here's a rebound by Timmins. This time he will give it over. Greg, shot, scores! 2 goals for Ridley Gregg. After a turnover, it goes back the other way. For a one-timer goal for Gregg. I was not starting this one to see when my Gregg took it over this time. Looks like the Leafs are a big trouble this point. Watch what happens. See now, that's a big turnover for the Leafs. And that goal is going to be Ridley Gregg if he puts another goal to make that one start off on his way. Now it's the 4-point possession rate. That's for Ottawa Senators. They really come up with the difference. Larson finding McMahon. Here's Holmberg, glove saved by Olmark. 15:53 remaining in the third period. We haven't passed the 5-minute mark in the third yet. And now they're ready to take their next puck drop. 91/87 passing percentage for Toronto and Ottawa. They're pretty like close neck to each other, but it's still not quite the same. Here's Ekman Larson, the center we're now finding with Riley. Riley passes to McMahon.
Center.
Shot rebound, and it's stopped by Olmark. Rebounded again by the Senators. Reinhardt's got that puck in and then sends it into the
His fourth goal
This is a battle like
unassisted by a
Hey,
team,
you know, this
score by
little
number
pinky chop
71.
motion in play.
Ridley.
They don't really seem to be good as liners, but this one really messing up.
Time to goal in the third period, 4 minutes
Morgan
and
Riley.
1 second.
But the shot
Ridley Gregg
directed
en
off the
marqué son
skater, rebounded by
premier
Chabot.
blessé sur la
And
victoire
rebounded
c'est
McMahon.
aidé
He has
au
another change
poste
off
de
the
la
right. Riley shoots
période.
it, saved
4
by
minutes,
Olmark.
1 seconde.
Now it's back over to Toronto, and Godet takes over. Finds Ospachuk. He's on ice this time. Ospachuk loses it, and Camp will have its own rebound. Finds Pacioretty. And Media takes over with the puck in. Covering for the rebound, Camp. Pinto finds Jensen. Jensen looks at Perron. Perron loses the effort. Riley takes to Lawrence. And it's back to Perron. Rolls to Sanderson. Back to Jensen. Jensen loses that one. And Ekman Larson gives to Camp. Camp's right toward Wayne. With the change, Lawrence shot. That one goes down. And rebound by Jensen. Rolls the pass over to Sanderson. Sanderson gets bumped out of the way. Camp looks to Laurent. Pass saved by Omar. We finally passed the 5-minute mark in the third period as we'll get ready for our next puck drop. Now they're off to take their next puck drop. Sens up with a 4-point lead, 9-5. And Matthews wins the face-off. Timmins will find the net, and a shot saved by Omar. Oh, look at that one pang on there. I can hear the pad. That must have been on a hitting, and you can hear that sound from up there. That one really took the big timing to try to stop and pull him down. Rebound here. Whoa! Oh my goodness! There's a big attacker center for the Sens. And a lot of range moment here nearing the goal crease. My gosh. This is definitely like the battle is in the zone. Not even anybody would explain this at the point. They really wanted to bury down the wall, and for Bennett, they really have to try to give it all. There's no stopping at this point, this advantage one. I wouldn't say so for a Domi team. You really have to keep playing that hard. Good pad stop here by Leah Solmark. Total hits for 100. It was Senators, 101. Now here's Highmore, sets the pass over again to Carew. 13:40 remaining in the third period as he's right toward in the Leafs territory. Zup shot, pad saved by Wool, and now rolls it in. Glove catch by Murray, as this will now be a replacement for the new Maple Leafs goaltender. As you can see, Murray hasn't been starting it to do for his own goaltending thing, and this is the point that after Wool didn't think he was able to make it comfortable enough, it was all that he was going to make the finish afterwards. And as for Murray, it's a new goaltender, but he's just trying to pick things up. Well, nothing I hope would really just do for Murray on the thing. And for the Maple Leafs, they really have to give some next goaltenders a little bit of change off. This goaltender is trying to be like, we need to like fix it up a little bit. I don't know what could I understand for these two. It didn't really figure what's going to happen at that point. Now his name is Matt Murray. I never seen it that he was going to start like that for a goaltender. Here's Sanderson, and he finds the pass to Giroux. Giroux, Highmore, big hit. Stutzel takes over, and back to Nylander. Looks at Christopher Tanev. Well, I can hear the fans reacting to this one. Looks like they're wanting to try to disregard on Tanev. Looks like it's not going to be possible. Well, we know Michael Highmore's definitely like already been pushed out. He was like a big smack on hit. He definitely had to leave early on ice. With the medical room update, I will have Jay over in just a few moments here. If any updates comes in for Highmore, as for the Senators, there was only one player down here for the Senators. That one blocks a shot. Try to get this one back over. And here's McMichael. Here's Nev. That one blocks a shot. Robertson takes over to McCabe. McCabe shot. Saved off. It's back to Hamonic. Hamonic pass a good shot. It's over back to Nev. Rolls to McMahon. And that one gets back to Greg. Well, you see what happens here? I've seen so many hits afterwards here in Ottawa. This is not how you can change that often, Lee. There's a lot of feelings here. What is going on? Well, they definitely look like they're crucial, and they really misbehaved at that point. I mean, they don't really playing it afterwards at all. This must have meant that we really have a huge hit going on here, especially to this one. Now is it ready to take the next puck drop? Under 12 minutes in the third period, 9 finds the score. And here's Matthews as he wins the face-off. He'll send to Riley. Morgan Riley finds Ekman Larson again to Matthews. Matthews shot, fires it, and Pat saved by Olmar. Rebound by Perron. Perron, right toward wing. Back to Video. Video. Lost that puck in control. And he went right toward the boards. Perron now finds Chabot. Pulls it back. Chabot. Video shot saved by Murray. 11:30 to go in the third period, and now both teams are ready to take the next puck drop as we're nearing the midway mark of the third period. Now they're ready to take the next puck drop. Maple Leafs and Ascends are not quite the closest one that you played for, but this was the biggest, disastrous, and turned to be like it's a bit harder on the head. They definitely don't really play it often. I just really have to feel like that the Saints would be playing it so crucial on their own, and with their hard timing release, man, they did not seem to care for it at all. They really staggered, and they didn't really seem to be going into it. You know what happens? If nobody was given a good percentage to put a rebound in, it will be hard enough to line that out. We have no chance at all. Nothing. Now for the win, Ekman Larson, pass saved by Olmar. It's back to Cadet, and it's over to Chabot. Back to Jensen. Jensen's right toward the wing as he'll jump it out of the zone in the Maple Leafs territory. As Ekman Larson takes a wing, and now it's back to Chabot. Chabot loses the effort, now finds it over, fires that one. Big blocker stop made by Murray. Goudet carried it out, rebound by Goudet, off to Jensen. Jensen swings off into Chabot, rebound by Jensen. Jensen loses that one. Lawrence lost his puck, rebound by Pacioretty. Here's Riley. That one tips it off, and rebound by Jensen. Jensen looks to Goudet. Goudet carries it over. Now finds Chabot. Chabot finds Ospachuk. And it's over now in Jansen. The Senators are back in their Leafs territory. Goudet fires that one. Pat saved by Murray. Nearing a midway mark in the third period. 9-5 score for Ottawa. And if you're waiting on for the last part of the game, don't worry. We got your next one covered coming up here. And this one is the last part of the game, as you'll be able to see the last take. Oilers and Kings are the last two remaining for game number 3 on NHL Stanley Cup playoffs on Son of Beast. You will be seeing things underway in just a moment. Now here's McMahon. Now he finds Holmberg. Holmberg loses it. That one tips it off, and Rain put it back to Garou. Rebounded by the Senators, and he finds over to Zot. Kachuk. And here's another change up for Stützle. Kachuk fires it, saved up by Murray. It's over now by Nylander. Well, the Leafs didn't like that. I don't know what they're doing. Well, they didn't want to make them hurt. Kachuk blocked the shot. Tanev lost that one. Stützle takes over. And Sanderson now finds Kachuk. Kachuk kicks the puck right to the left, and rebounded over for the Sens. Here's Emilio, finds again is up. Sub finds Pinto. Pinto gives the pass to Sanderson. Sanderson lost that puck. McCabe takes over. Over now to Nylander's shot, saved by Olmark, and it's back over to Perron. Perron's really like giving things a tightness game. They were not really sure what could happen if they do for it. Tadab takes the puck over, now finds Mitchell Marner again to Matthews. Matthews now finds Nice, and he pulls a hit. That is a big slam down for the Ottawa Senators. And now finds a video. Backhander saved by Murray with 8:24 to go. We're nearing down the end of the third period. It's still a 9-5 game, Ottawa. Another win here for the Maple Leafs. Here's Domi, right to her right wing. Right wing, big slam down. It's back to Havanek this time as he loses his helmet. Oh, that was going to be pretty bad afterward. I mean, not someone got lost by the helmet. It looks like that somebody is definitely going to get hurt. The rebound by Reinhardt. Under 8 minutes remaining in the third. Here's Gaudette. Gaudette. Slopped over to the wing. Reinhardt shot. Saved by Murray. 100 shots on goal for the Ottawa Senators and only 85 for Toronto. The rebound by Clevin. Clevin finds Gaudette. Gaudette giving it over. Saved by Murray. And he will cover it in with only 7:35 remaining in the third. Now for the win for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Here's another chance here for the Leafs. Stuck up on the corner. Rebounding here by the Sens. It's back to Laurent, and now Pacioretty takes it over. 7:23 remaining in the third period. Glove snatched by Olmark, and we are just coming down nearing the 7-minute mark in the third. They really have to play it optimally. For the whole time, it would be nobody that could definitely try to take things over. I was pretty sure enough that they would be able to win that. Now for the win, here's Havanek. And set over to Batherson. Baverson's right in the wing. They'll fire the pass to Greg. Move around! Unbelievable stop by Murray. And it's now finding Holmberg. Well, that one was really like unepical. Its battle range was not really like the easy take if you do it for real. Robinson. On the backhander, saved by Olmark. And it's back over to the Ottawa Senators as Clevin's got it across now. Find Kachuk. Brady Kachuk with the wing. 6:45 left to remain. On a take, save play, put it back in, stop by Murray. Wow, this is definitely what happens with Brady Kachuk. He just couldn't get 3 goals to beat over by Matt Murray, and this was not really like the easy part that they do for. Well, it's simply like saving it easier in a much amount of time. I mean, they really have to like just like try to keep playing on what they do for. They don't just do it oftenly, and they don't really just play that well enough at all. When they do something like that, they just need to really like keep it over it and then try to get it out. They don't play that hard. I mean, they just need to like keep working in and then try to get over it. It's not easy at all when you're doing this on your own offense. It's because of a lot of competition here for tonight. It doesn't work it often. Busavara shot saved by Olmark and a rebound over by Jensen. Olmark's going to cover it in with only 6:07 remaining in the third. So as of this point, they are waiting for its official team. As for the Hurricanes, they have been knocked out by the Devils, and they're in the second round. They will be playing against the winning team between the Capitals or the Canadiens. There's going to be one take in, and then for the other side of the two, we only have just a couple twos remaining. That's remain open. As for 2-1, the Panthers, and 2-1, right in between of it are the Ottawa or Toronto, if the next goal puts it in for the win. It's been a hard one so far. Nothing really set for now. And for the Western Conference, Winnipeg Jets are maybe its next victim to play against the winning team between the Avs or the Stars. You'll find out soon enough here, so don't miss that one out for your next chance. McKay, Domi shot, save him, kicked out, but he will put it back in. That'll be 3 goals for William Nylander. He'll get his hat trick. And nothing settles it wrong. That what happens to Linus Ullmark. It would have been extinct, but that wasn't even enough. That gets it over to William Nylander with 3 goals and a hat trick. Yeah, you see what happened now? That's 3 in a row. So that what happens with 1 is 4. Then the 5th, and now the 6th playoff goal. Hey, just compared it. This is what I just need to know for William Nylander. He finished it up really quickly.
Exactly right, guys. When I say William Nylander,
He makes it really kind of an easy chain. It doesn't really mention
what happens with this next goal, it doesn't pull it up the right amount of time. This has been a big part of the desperation that William Nylander has ever faced.
Toronto leads goal. His 4th goal of the game. Score on the hat trick. 6th goal in the playoffs. Scored by number 88, William Nylander. Assisted by number 11, Max Stoney. And by number 22, Jake McKay. Time to goal of the 3rd period of the playoffs. 14 minutes, 33 seconds. William Nylander,
He passed the 5-minute mark and is now presented off to get the final 5 break, presented by Discover.
by Max Stoney and Jake
takes it over
McKay.
as
Dans
Ullmark
la
got a piece of it, and he will
periode.
go
14
right
minutes, 33
to
seconds.
hold it for the puck in to get ready for another puck drop. And now sending over to right back into center ice. Jay, what's your update here for Highmore?
Well, thanks, folks. Highmore is definitely currently unable to play back outside, so he won't be able to return afterwards. When this next generation has put it in for the manager, they said that he banged for the head, and for the hit part, he did.
He scores! Michael Ovidio, another goal for the Senators. Without an assistant, he just did it by himself.
Are you looking it over right now for Michael Video?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking at it over.
That's crazy. It's another goal that you're looking at it right in the way. And then when you get his 4th goal for us, he really has stumped it. That's a crazy look. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I definitely really enjoy this. It looks like a Michael Ovidio, he's been taking all over it now. It's now a 10-6 game. Looks like they're beating over the Maple Leafs. This is why they call it Battle of Ontario. And you don't believe how you play it like that.
Of course I know. I mean, what they don't say now is that you don't even play about hockey. You don't talk about Battle of Ontario. You don't give it over to McMahon and anybody. That's what I just noticed for.
You definitely had the choice there, Jay. I really have to believe on you. We really have your appreciation.
Give it all when you could give, thanks, fellas. It really does have it all. Anybody has it. Now, like I said it before, that with Highmore, he is out here and he's right in the penalty box and he's right into the medical room. With that being said, it's just not even easy enough that they were really trying to keep things going. So Highmore's going to be missed out, and he went from a hard hit here against the Maple Leafs, and he's definitely had to run his way. And then the coach was trying to grab him, get him right to the medical room, and they did. It was definitely
Top of the goal in the 3rd period, 15
2-4,
minutes,
and
28
nothing
seconds.
sells it in.
Mike
We'll
Video
miss
and
him
McKay, Son,
for this game, but the next game,
victorious.
you'll feel much better when he goes back on ice. Let's see what he does.
15 minutes and 28 seconds.
Thank you, next Jay. And now Nylander now finds Robertson. Robertson fires a glove save by Ullmark. Just about 3:32 remaining in the 3rd period as we're nearing down the end of a regulation. Now as they're ready to take their next puck drop, 65-33, face-off wins for Toronto. And now here they are. The next take is on between Tavares as he wins the face-off. And as Ullmark closes it up with only under 3:30 in the 3rd period. Now they're off to take the next puck drop. They still have a lot of time to just keep things going. It doesn't really happen most of the time. I mean, I've really seen so much often. And this is all the big takes that Matthew, and with all of that, this wasn't really easy by Kachuk and both teams. It just really give all with anything. They just really have to keep passing and over. It didn't really seem like it was going to be enough. Here's Cadet on a chance, locked it up, no penalty on his hands, and a save made by Murray. Here's Mitch Marner as he gets it again to John Tavares. The Senators are back in offense. Osbichuk goes with the kick. Nice takes over. It's back to Chabot. Again to Reinhardt. Reinhardt again to Goudet. Goudet pulls it over. Maple Leafs with another hit. 120. And you don't really play with the hit. You really just have to like slide back. Boom. Boom out of my way. I'm taking the rebound over it. That's not like anybody that does get the rebound here. 2:27 remaining in the third period. They'll get ready for the next puck drop. And now we're going to send it back over to Jay. Who do you think had a better night?
Well, I gotta say, Brady Tkachuk, he was really like a finish off to have his own finish line success. And what his big tipper did, he made only one possible move. I mean, that's because he didn't really think it wasn't going to be easy enough at all, but it just happens with most certain.
I've got bad news for Chabot. We have two players that are going to be in the medical room. Man, he's had a rough night, and he's done.
Well, I know what happened now. It looks like Thomas Chabot is finished, so it looks like that is it.
Yeah, I definitely would agree on that here, Jay. But I really have to say now, Thomas Chabot, we'll see him back here in game number 4.
Of course, we definitely do, for that's for most of the entire time.
Can't wait to see him return.
Absolutely, guys. I mean, that's what we always do. That's what the next part of the game comes back in. For the Senators, they will kick back in and get ready for their next face-off inning.
Every 2 minutes, here's Pinto. Pinto. Chance in middle. On a rebound. Nice save play by Murray. That one stays out. Max Stomey. The rebound now finds it to Nice. Nice. Right over to Perron. And he'll try to get out of the way. And this one's rebounded by Amidio. Now it's rebounded up by Stützle. And it's back to Sanderson. He will give it to Jensen this time. Jensen pass to Sanderson. Sanderson shot saved by Murray. 1:24 remaining in the third period as we're nearing down the end of the regulation. Now they're ready to pick up the next puck drop. It is a 10-6 game. Ottawa Senators are looking to win its victor in game 3 to take the lead series up for 1-2-1. Here's Stomey. A send over to Nice. Nice in corner. That one stops it and rebound by Stützle as he gives it Tkachuk and back to Zub. Zub on his way down. Move around the piece. Gives it to Stützle. He flips down and rebounded by Marner.
Last minute to play in the third period. Doneri, minute for Joey, and Chris Emmy, period.
Rising up. And with that one, it goes back to Marner. Under 50 seconds, Nylander. Save play by Olmar. This one just knocks it and then sets it out right by the net. Oh man, we've really been like playing optimally. They never really seem to care for any words. And Guyver now finds again at Sanderson. Sanderson shot saved by Murray and rebounded by the Senators. Here's Giroux. Giroux passes up. Zub. Giroux, shot blocked. Rebound by Tanev. 18 seconds, he now finds it over to Nylander. He's on a rush, trying to go back down by 3, and the shot clubbed and saved by Omar. Sens fans are on the feet with 11.6 seconds left in the third period. Well, it's been a wild one here, and for the finishing for the Senators, they will get their first win in Game 3 at their home game to beat against the Maple Leafs. And that one carries it out. And that will do it. Final score 10-6. Ottawa Senators breaks the tie chain, and now they got their lead up for 1. Well, I never saw you before. Sensman, we flip things out. We got a big new game here that's coming to game 4. Let's hope the win for the next one for Sens. How about you salute to the fans?
Score the final, Sens 10 and Maple Leafs
Well, I really
6.
stuck it down. We really had a fun time here. It's been amazing. And folks, I hope you enjoyed the second part as the Battle of Ontario will continue by next game. Along with my broadcast partner with Jay, Silver Spoon and Wood Spoonie, I'm Tyler Beast. Hope you all enjoyed this one, and we say so long to Ontario of Ottawa, Canada. Until next time. Now sent to the studio is Test Tube and Lightbulb. See you next time. Take care, everybody. Alright, thank you so much. Ridley Craig is the first star player game. 2 goals, 1 assist, and 12 hits. Made this one possible enough to beat the goaltender in. Then, the second star player of the game goes to William Nylander with 3 goals on a hat trick, 2 assists, and 4 hits. And then, your first star player of the game that done the best for the Senators, it all goes to Linus Ullmark. 98 saves. That was just how amazed enough he puts the extinct to put in the fast break. This one was not even easy enough for him. Yeah, I know. I definitely would have had to agree on that. But it's definitely what changes anything. And now here's how you do with the total statistics this time. Test tube, take a look on Ottawa, and I'll take a look on Toronto. Yeah, sure. Split the split. It's a great idea. For the Ottawa Senators, they only had 113 shots on goal with 126 hits. 649 time on attack with 89% of the passing. Then it was only 4-minute penalty kill. Only that turned to be like a little uncertain to take things in. And with power play goals, it didn't really work for them. 418 was their time of possession on the power play minutes for the Ottawa Senators. And here for Toronto, 104 shots on goal for Toronto, 129 for the hits here for Toronto, and it was 602 time on attack. 92% here for the passing. It was really like how hard it is. 70 face-off wins, turned to be like excellent. 6-minute penalty kill with only 1 power play goal and 25 seconds here to remain for the Toronto power play. Well, that's it for now, and looks like we are closing things up. We're going to send you over to the NBA side to get ready for our next part of the game. And then after that, we'll be back to NHL. The Oilers and the Kings are next at 9:30 p.m. Make sure you get your notification bell on because you won't want to miss this one out. It's going to be amazing. Anyways, we're wrapping it up now. Stay care, folks, for as a while as the NHL 25 Stanley Cup Playoffs on EA Sports Style. This is Test Tube, and along with me and Lightbulb, we see you all again for another game in Game 4. Thank you, folks, for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
If you don't, somebody will.